Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is really great to see you guys here again. So I asked for some Q&A questions that I was going to answer, and I decided I was going to do that right now. One question that I got was, what's your favorite color? So I don't know if I really have a favorite color. I really love blue and different shades of green, but I don't know if I would call it like that I have like a specific color that it has to be that. I mean, probably because a lot of my dresses are blue, so possibly it is blue. Let's say blue. What's your favorite meal? What my favorite meal is? There's actually quite a bit of different stuff that I think is my favorite meal. I really like pierogies or rice and beans and chicken. Nothing hits the spot like rice and beans and chicken. I love them. They're 10 out of 10. Could eat them all day, every meal. Who's your favorite music artist? Amos Raver, Daniel Emmerling Glick, High Valley Country Singers. Gotta really think even who is. There's so many different ones I listen to. I listen to Fountain View Christian Academy a lot too. In stuff like that, I do listen to them. There's a lot more. What's your hobby? I love this question. So I love photography, and I was always dreaming about getting farther into photography. I guess I didn't pursue that dream for now, at least not. And I also dreamed about doing vlogging, and which is something I started on. Playing the piano is something I also like to do. And driving. I love driving. Oh, long drives are amazing, especially if I get to drive, if it's a truck. And another question. You ride dirt bikes. So I've only gone on a dirt bike once in my life, and I thought it was fun. And I am really hoping to do that sometime again in the near future. I don't know when, but definitely sometime in the near future. And I was in Guatemala actually just last week Friday. So I got this question asked, how long were you in Guatemala? So we went with a friend, and she said like half a day is what she had time for. We were like, no, not half a day. That's like nothing. But anyway, half a day is what we spent in Guatemala and Melchor. And Melchor is from where we live, like maybe an hour, 15 minutes to the border, I think. And Melchor is just like up and next to the border. It was a good day. It was walking, a lot of walking, so I would say half a day was definitely worth it. I've had enough of it. It was got what I wanted. I got my shoes, I got my material, actually even ended up getting a phone case for my phone. Favorite dessert. I love ice cream. And I love cheesecakes. Like raspberry cheesecake or blueberry cheesecake or strawberry cheesecake. Those are like my favorite cheesecakes. What's your age? I am currently 19 since January. My birthday is January 14, 2006. So I am currently 19. You listen to Matt Hanson. I have. I don't think I do now anymore. I mean, sometimes I just put on random music and I don't even care really what it is. But another thing, I do listen to a lot of music is I listen to piano music. For studying, I still do high school. So I love listening to piano music, something that's calming or something like that. That is something I really enjoy. Let me get to my other questions. Where was I born? I was born in Belize, Central America, in Dengriga. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but that's where I was born, in the Dengriga Regional Hospital. What's my background story? So my background story. This could get really interesting, actually. My background story is. I don't know where to start. I was adopted as a baby. I was 2 days old, and it wasn't because my mom didn't want me. It was because she didn't have enough food to supply for me. So me and one of my other brothers are also adopted, and yeah, I will do a whole thing of that some other day in a video because that is like a long story. What do I like to do? I think I answered that question at first already. Kind of what I like to do. How many siblings do I have? So, in the family I'm with now, I have one sister. And I don't know how many of you were aware, but my mom passed away on December 23rd of last year, 2024. So it's only me, my dad, and my sister at home now. And then I have another family that's kind of like my family, but are not my family. I am with them a lot and lived with them before my mom died. What is the most scary stuff I have done? I think one that really comes to my mind is the roller coaster ride in Canada's Wonderland. I never before took a roller coaster ride, nothing whatsoever, till 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Um, we, my sister and me went with the youth together from our church to Canada's Wonderland. So if you guys haven't been there, you should definitely check that out. And the first thing I did, I climbed into the ride. I think it was the Leviathan. Yeah, the Leviathan. And I think that was like one of the most scariest things I did. It was a lot of peer pressure, definitely why I went. But it was worth it. I think I would go again, but maybe first try some of the rides before I did that one, definitely. What's my dream job? I don't know if I really have a dream job. I always thought I wanted to be like an emergency, like a doctor, surgeon, or something. But now lately, I'm just like, I don't think I could do that job. Like, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do the job of a doctor and see all that blood, and it just disgusts me out. So I don't know that or dream job besides being. I used to want to be a doctor. Just whatever God has in life in store for me is what I want. My number one country I want to visit. I really want to visit um, Germany, Switzerland. I think my most number one country I think would be Germany. No, probably Switzerland. I think Switzerland. See, like I was in, I'm not sure what grade it was. My teacher, she had this thing where she would like every day of the whole school year from beginning to the end, she would have like a country and we'd study up a little bit of this country. And I think like Belgium and Switzerland are one of my favorite ones in France. I know Belgium was because of the Belgian chocolate. I really love chocolate, so probably Belgium because it's chocolate. What's my favorite country that I've been to? Belize. Definitely Belize. I really love living in Belize. It is hot, but it is also nice. Like, I feel like it's funner waking up in the morning than Canada. Like, there's a lot of more different birds, and there's the ocean just like a while ways. The beach is so nice. The water's not freezing cold like it's in Canada. Um, so kind of I don't know. Probably, probably Belize. Yeah. Um, what other question should I answer? I gotta scroll quickly through here. What kind of vehicle do you drive? So I don't have my own vehicle yet. I just use my dad's vehicle. Here we have a Ford Expedition. In Belize, in Ontario, Canada, or Nova Scotia, Canada, we have a Ford truck. So yeah, love driving the truck. It's amazing. So what is my belief? That is a very broad question. So I feel like, come on, get the camera adjusted again. So I feel like my belief is it is based on the Bible. We believe that I know like there's a question here why I wear a head covering. I don't know if you can see it, but I do have a black veiling. Why I wear a head covering. So as we find it in the Bible in 1 Corinthians 13, I think it is. Let me look that up actually just quickly here. Um, today. sorry, that was not 1 Corinthians 16. Repeat that, 1 Corinthians 11. In 1 Corinthians 11, the question about why I wear a head covering. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3 says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Every man praying or prophesying having his head uncovered, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. For that is even one, all one, as if she was shaven. For the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered." So I understand, like, it's a protection, it's a respect towards God, and that's why we, as a church, and yeah, as fellow believers, wear covering. Yeah, like I said, it's a protection God honors, it's a respect, so on. And also another question I got was, why is my phone doing this? So another question that I got at the same time was, how come do I wear clothes, dresses? So the reason I wear a dress is because I find it that we're supposed to be modest and dressed accordingly, modestly dressed. So I wear a dress to modestly cover my body and be respectful with it and stuff like that. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense or not. Excuse the truck noise in the background. But I hope that makes a little bit of sense to you guys as well, as much as it does. Yeah. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. I will gladly answer some more of your questions. Let me see. So there's like, I feel like sometimes there's so many questions. Which ones are the best? What are the best questions to ask? And I feel like sometimes for myself, it's like, I wonder, how's the other person doing? And I'm like, oh, if they have a Q&A, hey, I can ask a question. I wondered about them, if they can answer, right? Okay. Someone asked me, do you still go to school, or what grade have you finished in school? So I went to school, I started going to school when I was, I think, 6. And then I did grade 1. I did kindergarten at home school. And then in 2020, my parents started going to Nova Scotia to care for my grandparents. And that is where we then decided I still was enrolled in the school, and I still did through the school. But I did majority of my school year was done at home or on a trip. So that was another thing that was very stressful for me, to accept that I was going to be one of those students that was not going to be able to go to school all the time. But it was okay still. Then we also I graduated in 2022. May 25, I graduated grade 8. And then I quit school till last year, and I started my high school. So I am hoping to get my high school done in a year and a half. I don't know if I'm gonna so I don't know if I'm gonna get my high school done or not, but I really want to try to get my schoolwork done. Okay, let me see. I have here some more questions. Now, I don't know. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Okay, I have a question I also really like. What is something I find inspiring or something that brings me joy? So, I am a person, how to explain this? I love people, but I get tired of them at the same time. I sometimes feel like once I'm exhausted enough for something, I just need to be with people. and they recharge me up. Now that is not normally, I know there's people that are like, no, that is not me, that is totally fine. For a while after my mom's death, even, it was like, I felt like the inspiration was just either a friend, hey, what's up, can I take you out for coffee, or hey, let's do this, let's do that. Like, that was inspiration for me, and that was something I really enjoyed. And yeah, I mean, people are very different in that all. Someone also asked me if I wanted to share a little bit of our grief journey. So, I don't know exactly if I can answer that question right now in this video. I think I'll try to do that like in a different video, because that is also, like I mentioned, it's going to be a broad. I kind of want to give you guys a picture from when she got sick, or when we knew she had cancer, till she passed away. So that's like an 8-year range gap, because I think she had 8 years of cancer. I think, I'm not sure. So we'll skip that question for now. I will get back to you later on that question. Thank you to whoever asked that question. What is a book that you'd recommend reading? So I am not a big reader. I'll just be honest with you. I love watching movies more, or I don't watch movies that much. I watch more like YouTube shorts, YouTube videos, which is not good because I do that way too much. But a book that I recommend. So I don't know what you like, but I like the book The Joey Story. It was a heartbreaking story for me. It was a lot of tears, it caused, but it was a good book. I also like books that are tough, that are at times a little bit scary, emotional, like whatever, but that they give me a better view of life. They help me see benefits in life. Those are the books I like. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I'm definitely not a morning person. I'm so a night owl. I hate getting up in the morning. I'm a person, I'll stay in bed till like almost time to leave, and then I'll jump out of bed and get myself done and get ready to go for the day. So I'm definitely not a morning person. I'm a night owl, but I can stay up late, like till 2 in the morning or 3, and then go to bed and stand up at 6 is what I normally do. Not that I should. Do you have any pets? Nope, I actually do not have any pets. In Canada, we had a cat cattle. Well, what do you call pets? We do have cattle out here, but they're not on a yard. They're like way out there among the ranch, or among the ranch cattle. So I don't know how soon do you get that, like, ask of cattle or whatever. What's your favorite type of cuisine? I love this one. There's this Wendy's family restaurant cuisine in Placencia, I think it's called. Yeah, Placencia. And they have such good food. I ordered the chicken something. I forgot, chicken fajitas, I think. And they came like in a big plate, and they were just like, it was amazing. 10 out of 10. That was something I liked. I mean, now I don't know. People are very different in what they like, but that was something I very, very much liked. Why is my phone acting up again? Okay. What are activities you do during your free time? I have a very bad habit in that I spend way too much time on my phone. I know I should not spend so much time on my phone. I should be spending more time, I think, taking time for myself, going outside, going on a walk, singing. Yeah, I love to sing. Do you enjoy traveling? If so, what's been your favorite place so far? I think I kind of answered that question at first already, but I love traveling. My family and me have traveled a lot. And if I think back to where I think one of my favorite places has been, like, in the last 2 years, either Belize or the Good Samaritan Medical Center in Mexico. There's excellent healthcare there. I know it's a clinic, but they made you feel like part of them. Like, they accepted you, and they were just like, they were there for you. It was amazing. How do you feel about adventures or trying new things? I like this question. So, I love adventures. but not daring adventures. In a way, I do like daring adventures. But I'm this person that once it comes to that daring moment, I'm just like, I can't do it, I can't do it, what do I do? And I start panicking. But I do like adventures, like other adventures, like hiking through the bushes, trying to find waterfalls in Nova Scotia with my cousins. That is something I really enjoy. Okay. Okay, what is something you've loved learning to do? So I hated washing dishes when I was younger. I hated it. It was something absolutely not for me. And lately I feel like I'm starting to like it. Like I for the longest while, right, it's been like for the last couple of years in our family somebody needed to wash dishes. It was me because I could wash dishes faster than my sister or my mom. So that is something I've learned to love to do. And I love washing the house, like sweeping the house, washing the floors. Since it feels like a big accomplishment once you're done with that. Um what do you wish you had more time to do? Hmm. Sometimes I wish for longer days. Sometimes I wish for more family times. Sometimes I wish for more adventure outside. But I don't know if I can pinpoint what I would like to do like right now. Okay. Do you enjoy spending time outdoors? Yes, I do. I'm more an outdoor person than an indoor person. I love being outside, but being schoolwork, I'm stuck in the house. Yeah. I think some of these questions are questions that have been asked already. I have actually a couple more questions here. Um, what is your middle name? So my middle name is Fanny. Um, my cousin actually has that middle name too as well. That's something I really enjoy. My middle name is Fanny. What is your favorite holiday? I like Easter, thinking about where Jesus died for us and how he rose again for our whatever, yeah. But I also love Christmas, so I don't know exactly if I really have that much of a favorite holiday. What is the first thing you notice about people? I happen to notice if they got new dresses or shoes. I know it's embarrassing, but if they got new shoes or dresses, I am gonna notice that like right away. Say someone comes walking in and I'm like, hey, you got a new dress or you got a new shoe or shoes or something. I'll notice that. Um, did you go to college? No. And then the question is, if you have not, are you planning to go? No, I'm not planning on going to college. I don't see the benefit of me at the current moment going to college, but maybe, yeah. What is your favorite subject in high school? So it's either Spanish or record keeping. It's those two at the moment, Spanish and record keeping. What was your first job? My first job was planting tomatoes in Ontario for a farmer. That was like 16, 26, 17, 18. No, that was during COVID, so it was 2019, 2020, 2020. I don't know. Forget about the year. It doesn't really matter that much. Have you been to any concerts or festivals? I have not gone to a festival, but I have gone to concerts. The Bontrager concert, and I think that's it. Yeah. If you could change one bad habit of yours, what would it be? Um, Biting my fingernails, which just bugs me badly. Being on my phone. I hate that habit. That is something I would change. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Ontario, Canada, and we lived there. We came to Belize, lived here for a couple of times, like a year or two, and then we came back or something like that. But yeah, what social media platform do you use the most? YouTube. I don't use. I have Instagram, but I don't use Instagram half as much as I do YouTube. What is your morning routine like? that is something I cannot explain. Because my morning routine goes from one day being perfect, the way I wanted it, to the next day being chaos, to the next day being horrible. But I should do a video on that. Yeah, comment me if you want me to do a video on that. Do you prefer coffee or tea? I'm a Canadian girl, or anybody. I prefer my coffee, iced coffee in Belize. It's too hot for other coffee, but I prefer my black tea in Belize. Cold black tea. It's amazing. I love that. What sports do or did you play? So our youth plays volleyball, so I do play like a lot of volleyball. And in school we always played softball. Like we were getting pretty good at softball. So that was something I enjoyed very much. Do you use PC or a Mac? A Mac. I use a Mac. Definitely. What is your favorite drink? I like the Tim Hortons Canadian. So for Canada, it's like a ice cap, cold drink, and a hot drink. It would be a double. And in Belize, it's a mocha frap. They're just my the name's gonna be anyway, fraps. Any frap doesn't really matter that much. But I do not like bubble tea. That's my least favorite drink. I do not like those bubbles in there. How many languages do you speak? So I speak Low German, I speak English, I know Spanish. I can't really speak that fluently, but I do know how to speak it a little bit. I can understand it. And I do know High German a little bit. So technically four languages. Yeah. What is your go-to fast food order? A&W or Wendy's? Where do you currently live? I live in Belize, Central America. I think I mentioned that before, but anyway. How tall are you? Good question. I'm not even sure. I have to measure up on that. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I think right in Belize. I love Belize. I'll stay with Belize. What is your favorite store? The IKEA store in Canada. I love that store. I love Bass Pro, also Canadian shop. That's my least favorite store is Costco. I do not like going to Costco. Do you have any allergies? I have seasonal allergies, but nothing else than that, so that's like not really. And I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. If you have any videos you'd like me to do, feel free to post that in the comments below. And I hope to see you guys in a future video soon. Thank you for bearing patience with me, and have a blessed day. Bye.